Good morning. Welcome to Recovering Addict. This is a channel to help you better your life through self-confrontation, self-discovery, and building better habits so that drugs and alcohol have no part of our life anymore. It just becomes an afterthought. We forget that we were even doing drugs or drinking too much alcohol, like me, 2 times in my life. One time I went to jail for meth, caught a felony, second-degree felony out here in Utah. Almost went to prison for 15 years. And then later in life, after I got scared straight, I became an alcoholic. Started this channel in 2020. Pandemic hit, live streams. And here we are. We are a local nonprofit relapse prevention center here in Utah. We own a gym. We work out and we do hard things. Self-confrontation. D.H. Lawrence once said, "I never saw a wild thing sorry for itself. A small bird will drop frozen dead from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself." So we want to silence the voice of self-pity, and that's what we are going to talk about today. We're going to stop playing the victim in our lives. And how do we do that? How do we stop playing the victim in our lives? And how do we silence the voice of self-pity? That's something we need to learn. This person we're looking at, this is by Gustav Rosaditz, however you say his name. Said it took me over 30 years to forget what my father did to me. He says his teenage years are like a blur. Pain, right? He says, why is this happening to me? I asked myself every day. I was a victim. At least that's what he felt. And when things don't go our way, what do? We blame others. He goes on to say, life's not fair. And it's not unfair either. Life just is. It took me a lot of pain and time to realize that, and to get over it, and to become in charge of my life. Become in charge of your life. Stop playing the victim. Good morning, Jen Ray. How are you today? It's a beautiful day. Day 60 for me on my 75-day hard challenge. You guys want to hear a cute little note that I got from my son? So, some of you may know, some of you may not know, but my boy Link, he's my youngest son, and 5 years ago when he was 9, he got his head crushed by a UTV. Huge life-changing event for everybody around and involved in this accident, all the families and everything, right? So we almost lost him. He ended up with a TBI, 2 months in the hospital, some severe stuff, right? Some life-changing, crazy, tragic event. But since then, he got well. Against all the odds, against all the doctors' projections, he's a miracle, right? And so he gets better. He's doing good. And he starts making coffee. Like every morning he made me coffee, as soon as he was able, home and out of the hospital. But he started making me coffee every morning. And he's been making me coffee, I'll bet you 90% of every morning for the last 5 years. The kid gets up early, takes his meds, makes coffee. And either brings me a cup or says, Dad, there's the coffee every morning, right? So yesterday we're at the gym and they go with Grandma. They knew they were going to go with Grandma. So before we left to the gym, he prepared the coffee pot and I woke up to this little note right here from Link. It says, sorry, Dad, I wasn't here to make the coffee. So I wrote you this letter to remind you that my love is still inside. And so that's coffee has Link's special ingredient, which is his love. What a good kid, huh? What a blessing. Got his head crushed by a UTV. I've never once seen him live in self-pity because of it. Good morning, Eugene. Good morning, Lowe's. Glad you're all here. Never seen him. Never seen him. Oh, why did that happen to me? He's like that bird, right? A bird that could drop frozen dead from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself. That's his attitude. And I want to be the same way. Crystal Greer, good morning. Day 60. So exciting. Feels so good. Feels good to know there's only 2 weeks left of this challenge as well. Then I can go on to a little bit bigger, better challenge. So we're talking about silencing the voice of self-pity and how to stop playing the victim in our lives. We want to stop blaming others when things don't go our way. We want to take charge of our lives, and that's what we're going to go through today. This article, I'll drop it. I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the Discord, in the big RA I'll put it under useful articles. Well, I'll just drop it in the main chat. That's the article. It's dropped in the main chat. That's what we will be going through. Cliffy Mack, good morning from Next Steps Today in Greenville. Nice to see you, South Carolina. Good morning from Next Steps Today, Greenville, South Carolina. Imagine that's how it sounds when you say it. Not talking crap. Just got some friends from South Carolina, and they all got that accent. So how do we do it? Life's not fair, and guess what? It's not unfair either. Life just is. This guy says it took him a lot of pain and time to realize that and to get over it and to become in charge of his own life. Through time, he realized my father did nothing to me. Maybe he didn't love me, didn't care about me, or just wasn't present when I needed him. I suffered because of what I expected, not because of what he did. Remember expectations? What we say about expectations? They're resentments under control. It says, I learned the lesson. We can accept reality and adapt to it. Or we can live in denial. What happens, happens. It doesn't happen to you. That's the difference between having ownership of our lives or pity for ourselves. Overcome self-pity. Play a different role. Self-pity becomes your oxygen, but you learn to breathe it without a gasp, so nobody even notices you're hurting. Self-pity is an exaggerated sense of sorrow over one's own life, roles, or circumstance. We all experience it through our lives, some occasionally. Others turn it into a toxic habit. Like any self-defense mechanism, it can ease the pain and make us feel protected. However, the truth is it causes more damage than the pain is trying to alleviate. So when you become habitual, self-pity individual, that is more destructive than actually adapting to it, taking charge of your life, and getting over it. So something went wrong yesterday, and all of a sudden, I relived being a victim. I lost control of things, and I started feeling sorry for myself as I haven't felt in decades. He goes, what happened doesn't matter. Self-pity is not about what happens, but about playing the victim. Not because we are the casualty in an attack, but because we choose to. We choose to play that victim. As John Gardner wrote, self-pity is easily the most destructive of narcotics. It is addictive. It gives momentary pleasure and separates the victim from reality. What do we focus on when we're in complete self-pity? Not reality. I'll tell you that. How's everybody doing on their challenges this morning? How's everybody's life going? Y'all happy out there? Today, did you wake up a victim, or did you wake up the boss of your own day and taking charge of it? Self-pity limits your ability to achieve anything. We get stuck blaming others and lose control of our acts. Something external takes control of us. It pushes the pause button, and we get paralyzed waiting for the same person or event to get us back into motion. But that won't happen. You ever experience that? Something external takes control of you, right? A person, place, thing, whatever. This thing pushes the pause button, and you get paralyzed, and you're stuck in self-pity because of whatever that is, right? And then you're waiting for that or that person to get you back in motion. But it doesn't happen. It's on you to overcome self-pity. It's up to you. Stop it. Playing the victim is pointless. Take a drink because you pity yourself, and then drink that pities you and has a drink. And then the drink pities you and has a drink. And then two good drinks together. That calls for drinks all around. It means it's a useless circle of pointlessness. Punishing yourself in self-pity. When you feel self-pity, everything looks different. When we pity ourselves, all we see are our problems. We become blind to other people and their issues. We believe that the world revolves around us. Self-pity. Oh, it's all about me. Oh, and then you just start life energy sucking from people. You don't even think about them and what they might be going through. And everything that they bring up, you take it personally, or what? I don't know. What's your experience with self-pity? Good morning, Geish. I pity the fool. Mr. T pities the fools. When we pity ourselves, all we see are our problems. We become blind to other people and their issues. We believe that the world revolves around us. Self-pity, unlike self-reflection, makes us invisible. Our attention gets into others. We may blame people for how we feel and expect them to be the cure too. That's bad. It's your fault and you're the cure when you blame somebody else, right? I feel this way. It's your fault, but at the same time, you're the cure as well. When self-pity becomes dominant, we deny responsibility. We deny responsibility. Bun Lizard 000. Good morning. Glad you're here. Right? We become dominant. When self-pity becomes dominant, when you are stuck in self-pity, you're denying all the responsibility. He says, surprisingly enough, there's little scientific research on self-pity. One study by this guy demonstrated that individuals high in self-pity saw themselves as controlled by both chance and powerful others. Self-pity is primarily related to anger and rumination. Relieving our experience as a victim makes us feel stuck. When we play the victim, we hold on to the child's mindset. When we play the victim, we hold on to a child's mindset. We feel defenseless. We believe that playing that part, love everything, poor me. We believe that attracts attention and that it's going to make other people love us more and want to protect us. The child mindset. Those who play the victim wear many costumes. Don't be deceived by the looks. Even those who look happy can be experiencing self-pity. Take someone who normally exaggerates his or her life stories. Just to look good, right? Being the hero of your own narrative is another way to seek attention and care. Feeling self-pity is being at war with reality. We are weak and we don't want to confront ourselves. We are cowards. We expect reality to change rather than to adapt to it. That's a home hitter sentence there, huh? Feeling self-pity is being at war with reality. We are weak. We don't want to confront ourselves. We are cowards. We expect reality to change rather than to adapt to it. Change happens from where? Within. To grow, you need to cross the boundary of your own comfort zone. And that's what we be doing. That's what we be doing here at Recovering Addict. We say hard things. We do hard things. We confront ourselves in different ways to get through this stuff. And then you start realizing, like, wow, it is a choice. I do have control over my own life, and I do have control over the way that I feel by the decisions I make throughout the day. I do not have to put myself in the line of fire of toxic people or toxic events. I have the ability to take care of my body, my mind, and my relationships. And by the stuff that I do during the day, I can actually decide how I'm going to feel and what I'm going to think about by what I put in my ears and my eyes. I can decide how my body's going to feel by taking care of it, you know? Or just play pity, sit there in a corner and hope somebody comes and pet your head. You know, that's kind of what we desire for it to be. Jenner says, I am letting things go so I can grow from them and be the best version of myself. There's the ingredient right there. He says the other day when he was reliving his self-pity, he said it was an insightful moment. He said it came all of a sudden. I lost control and the emotions took over me with an intensity I couldn't anticipate. All of a sudden, heart rate's racing, adrenaline's dropping. Couldn't control his thoughts, his feelings. But when that does happen, because it does, it'll blindside you. I got blindsided this week with some of those types of emotions. But you can avoid giving them more space than they deserve and confronting it, chopping it off. and getting rid of it. Anything that's going to build resentments in my life, what I do is I confront it and I chop it off. However, the firemen do that when they go dig ditches in a forest fire so that the fire runs out and just stops. I try to do that in my life. If I feel resentments, if I feel anything encroaching that piece of that's going to interrupt my recovery mindset and take me back into a dark place, I do the buffalo thing. I charge it head on. I confront it. I don't care. I just get it over with because I feel so much better immediately after it is over. So when your heart starts racing and the adrenaline starts dropping, and you're just all of a sudden, boom, here's all those emotions. You can avoid giving them more space than they deserve. When we meditate, our minds are not empty. Thoughts keep showing up trying to distract us. Labeling them as thoughts is the best way to acknowledge those distractions rather than fighting back. It is a way to recognize our thoughts without giving them importance. Okay, that thought just happened. Okay, cool. Made me feel like this, but I'm going to start thinking on this. And the more that you've been digging into nonfiction books and building better habits in your life and getting healthy, the stronger your mind's going to be able to be to battle these. You can't control that first thought, but your second thought can combat that first thought. Feeling like a victim, losing control of what happens to you is out of your control. Like winter cold, it traps you by surprise, but you can take care of it and overcome the pain. When you let self-pity take over, you move from feeling like a victim to becoming one. And that's when it becomes dangerous. Instead of swimming back to the coast, you expect someone else to come out and rescue you. You can't be looking for other people to rescue you. You can call and get support through situations, but if you're just playing a victim and you expect somebody to come and just like, oh, feel so sorry for you that they pull you into shore, most likely ain't going to happen. So self-pity is dangerous because it blinds you by denying reality. You fail to learn from what's really happening. It justifies your suffering. Self-pity is an easy way out of confronting what you need to improve. It justifies your suffering. Self-pity is an easy way out from confronting what you need to improve. It makes you feel entitled. You believe you have privileges because you are an uncomfortable victim. And then it becomes who you are. You play the part so often that you end up believing that you are a victim. When we're in this world to learn, we are in this world to learn from our mistakes, from ourselves and from others. That's how we become a better person. Playing the victim puts you in a never-ending pause. We have a comment from Salkia Watchers. I will try to read it. Hab het sommerject met het fit dit alcohol ons wetentagd wat ook waar is, maar wo mij was. I don't read German. I tried. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate that. Maybe I can translate it. Maybe we can translate this bad boy, huh? Can I copy that? Nope. I'll have to translate it later. Anybody speak German in the house? Anybody here with some German knowledge? Kindern Snap J. Man, I wish I could. That'd be so cool if all of a sudden I could just read that and understand it. All right, so stop the victim role. Let go. Let go of the victim role. People always blame their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in the world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, they make them. 9. 9. We don't know German. Dang it. If that's even German, I don't know. It seemed like German to me. No sprechen Sie Deutsch. Nee, dat is het net. I've never experienced a panic attack, he says, but many people have described that it is a sudden episode that triggers emotional and physical reactions. He goes, what I felt the other day was different, but it happened all of a sudden too. I felt like a victim. Everything seemed out of control, lasted for 30 minutes or even more, but I was able to recover and I regained the driver's seat. It was simply a realization that helped me erase the emotions as abruptly as they showed up. I labeled it. Self-pity is a choice. Being a victim is a choice. Choose not to become one. As soon as that happens, oh crap, I'm not going to become a victim. Get away thoughts. Nice try. Adios, amigos. Know what I mean? Good morning, Daniel. Corey Daniel Wolf, CDW. Batel hate. All right, let me Google that. What does it mean? Command C. English, please. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. E is English. Quote it. That means Bartel hit. Quote it. Quote it. Quote what? The article? Fearless Culture? The article has been dropped in the Discords if you would like to go read this article for yourself. Yeah. So being a victim is a choice. Choose not to become one like I did. So raise your hand if you've chosen many times to be a victim, and raise your hand if you don't want to do that anymore. Because here's a few ways, 5 ways we can like stop that. Stop being at war with reality. Accept reality rather than fight it. But, stop fighting reality. What is reality right this moment? My life is this, and this. Okay. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm choosing to accept my life the way it is right now because I have the choice to move forward and to not play that anymore. Accept reality rather than fight it. Resist self-sabotage by choosing not to live in the illusion of how things should be. But things should be like this. Everything in my life, I remember when I was a kid and I thought it was going to be like this because it should be, but it's not, and I'm a victim. When you stop expecting, you start accepting. Become a friend with reality. Be like water, and don't let your self-pity get in your way. Stop blaming others. What others do is on them. How you react is on you. No one out there will let you out of your perceived misery. I'm not going to let you out because I can't. That person's not going to let you out of your misery, your perceived misery, because they can't. Stop waiting for someone to fix your problems. It's up to you. We have a mirror in our gym, in our little room we work out in. And on the mirror, it says, you're looking at the reason for all your problems and all your progress. It's up to us. At the end of the day, it is up to us, and we can use a support system to get there. No one's coming in to rescue you out of that. You can self-pity yourself right into isolation and disappear off the face of the planet. Is really what could happen. And nobody would come for you because you would end up isolating away from them. Everybody goes and, you get some of those super kind-hearted people that will come and knocking on your door. Come on, get out of the house. Come on, let's do this. And even they will stop eventually. Obviously, I can't help that person. They don't want it. And you can't. There's no way you could help somebody else in that situation either. You can only give so much. So it's up to you. Stop blaming others. Stop waiting for somebody to fix you. Get up and start doing these little challenges. Challenge yourself to something and get better. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Look around. And you'll go, oh my gosh, guess what? I'm not the only one that has problems. I'm not the only one suffering. I'm not the only one that had a traumatic event in my life. I'm not the only one who is a slave to addiction. Listen to others. Check the news. Get past your campaign problems and acknowledge those who are in worse conditions. Oh my gosh, some people actually have it worse than I do. Look at Linky. I don't know. I think about Linky. Kid was 9 years old and died. Came back to life, basically. Different personality, different kid. I mean, the kid he was, what kid he was is dead. He's a new, he's got a whole new personality. He's got brain damage. He's got memory problems. He's got it worse than me. For me to live in self-pity. Man. Many people keep their heads up and smile in spite of their issues. That's Link to a nut, to a T. Happiest kid on earth after what he's experienced. Helping those who suffer will put your self-pity to bed. Helping them. Step 12. Walk in your victimizer's shoes. Practice empathy. Walking in someone else's shoes builds understanding and compassion. I've learned a lot about the power of empathy, working on innovation and change management. Funny enough, it helped me let go of the self-pity towards my relationship with my father. And then practice gratitude. We got our gratitude guns. Victims get blinded by what is missing and forget to see everything they have. Be compassionate towards yourself and others. Be grateful. Be empathetic. Open your eyes. Stop blaming others. And stop being at war with reality. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. You think about that. That hit home for some of you? Make you feel uncomfortable? How do you feel about that? "30-day challenge." So right here. Oh, nope, I did not. Let me get that article. Command C. Over here. Command V. Enter. So if you go into the Discord chat, 30-day challenge, the article we just read has been dropped there. I'll drop it in here too. I'll drop it up in here too. So our 30-day challenges are looking good. Savage Freedom. Whoa, look at that little update on there. A little exercise, water intake. Look at this. Water intake log. That's cool. Very cool. Lots of journaling. I know that good stuff's going on. Geesh. Oh, yeah. Very nice. There's a little bench right there. Sits there and breathes heavy. Beautiful picture. Beautiful picture. What is this? A curious collection of particular creatures. Nice. Hey, look at that. Australian brush turkey. If you could record your voice making the sound that they make, that would be cool. Hold on. Allergies are killing. Allergies have been getting me last couple days, man. Higher power, take the wheel. Night ride too. Under the moon. That is awesome, dude. You're cruising on that thing. Nice wide handlebars. Cool. Blood moon. There you go. There's Geech's life. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, buddy. I can feel it, bro. I feel it. drink of water, smiling big. I love it. Good job. Yeah, some pics of myself because I feel good. Looking good. Glowing, rather. Whoa. Komodo dragon. Sick. I think she's pregnant. Totally different shaped belly to the alpha males. I heard those things bite you, and there's so much bacteria in their saliva that it'll kill you. Good job. Miss Happiness? Awesome. Water, journaling, working. Love it. Bobby! What's Bobby doing? Moving forward, learning new skills. Got weird tonight. Tonight's exercise, push-ups, sit-ups, and stretching. Good job. Let's see. Styles to impair how we love. Love it. Good job. More organizing. Wow. Wow. Very good, y'all. Very good. Love it. Right on. Proud of y'all. All right. That's 30 minutes. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, stay strong, work your program, and remember, what is it? Remember? We recover better together.